Imagine this. A warm spring night in a small Tennessee town, where the stars barely break through the thick canopy of secrets. Two people drive into the dark, chasing a deal, unaware they're heading straight into a trap. This is the story of Kristie and Henry Wilson, a couple who disappeared without a trace, until their family's relentless fight and a chilling courtroom confession revealed a truth more horrifying than anyone could have imagined. Welcome to Storytime, folks. Grab a seat because this one's gonna haunt you. It's May 9th, 2018 in Monterey, Tennessee. A speck of a town where the hills hide more than just moonshine stills. Kristie Wilson, 39, is at her aunt's place, her laughter cutting through the evening hum. She's got a spark, but life's been rough. Drugs have their claws in her, like they do so many around here. Her boyfriend, Henry Wilson, 46, pulls up in her rattling Nissan Sentra around 8 p.m. Henry's a dad, rough around the edges but loved by his kids, tied to Kristie by years of shared struggles. They're not married, just share a last name and a little apartment in Cookeville, 15 miles down the road. They head out, stopping at the BP gas station for smokes and gas. The clerk sees them, maybe catches a smile. Someone spots them at Tom's Market, grabbing a quick something. Then, like a light switching off, they're gone. The night eats them alive. By May 11th, Kristie's sister, Kimberly Redeker, feels her heart sink. Kristie's the type to call every day, no matter what. Henry's daughter hasn't heard from him either. Kimberly checks Kristie's mailbox in Cookeville. An uncashed disability check stares back. A silent scream something's wrong. They rush to Cookeville PD, begging for a missing persons report. The cops, they just shrug. They're adults, probably skipped town. Kristie and Henry's drug ties don't help. Small-town police don't exactly roll out the red carpet for folks they write off as trouble. But Kimberly and her cousin Bridget Murphy aren't backing down. They're warriors now, slapping flyers on every lamppost from Cookeville to Monterey, launching a Facebook page. Help find Kristie Wilson and Henry Wilson. They're out there, boots in the dirt, searching the back roads of Overton and Fentress counties, where the woods are thick with pines and secrets. Whispers trickle in. Kristie and Henry were mixed up in the drug scene, maybe owed money, maybe crossed the wrong guy. Their phones pinged that night. Henry's in Fentress, Kristie's in Overton, miles apart in the middle of nowhere. It's like they drove into a black hole. Summer 2018, the Tennessee Bureau of Investigation, TBI, steps in, and in September, a tip sends chills down everyone's spine. Kristie's Sentra is found, smashed and abandoned down a steep embankment in Fentress County, 30 miles from Monterey. No blood, no bodies, just a ghost car screaming foul play. Kimberly and Bridget double down, hiring a private investigator in 2019. He uncovers a lead that makes your skin crawl. Kristie and Henry got into it with two men over a drug deal. Shots were fired. But who? Where? The trail goes colder than a winter grave, and the family's left with fading flyers and a Facebook page that feels like shouting into the void. Now pause. Imagine 3 years of this, 3 years of no answers, no bodies, just pain. But this family doesn't quit. And what happens next is the kind of twist that turns a cold case red hot. October 2021, Overton County. A hiker in the woods near Hanging Limb, a spot Kristie and Henry knew well, stumbles on something grim. Bones, scattered in the underbrush. Forensics confirm the worst. It's Kristie and Henry, shot and burned. This wasn't a runaway story. It was a double murder, brutal and calculated. The TBI zeroes in on two names, Ryan Bo Cravens, 36, and his father, Robert Cravens, 60. They're Overton County locals, players in the same drug world as the Wilsons. November 18th, 2021, the cuffs snap on. They're charged with 2 counts of first-degree murder and abuse of a corpse. The warrants read like a horror movie script. Bo lured Henry to their Ryan Lane trailer, a drug deal as bait. Things went south and Robert didn't hesitate. January 2024, Overton County courtroom. The air's thick with tension as the trial unfolds. Cherish C.J. Threet, Bo's girlfriend at the time, takes the stand, her voice shaking like a leaf in a storm. Hold on to your seats because this is where it gets real dark. Henry walks into the trailer, thinking he's making a quick score. Words fly, maybe over cash or a bad batch. Robert grabs a gun, pumps bullets into Henry, and drops him cold. They hide his body under a woodpile out back, like he's nothing. Then Kristie shows up, maybe chasing Henry, maybe tricked into coming. She sees his body, screams, begs on her knees, tears streaming. They don't care. They shoot her too, then drag both bodies to a fire pit. Flames roar as they try to burn away their crime, later dumping what's left in those Overton woods. The jury's faces are ashen. Evidence piles up, witnesses, burn site forensics that wreck Centra. On January 30th, 2024, Bo and Robert Cravens are hit with guilty verdicts: second-degree murder and corpse abuse. Sentencing's coming, likely locking them away for decades. Kimberly and Bridget sit in the courtroom, tears burning their cheeks. They'd hoped Kristie didn't suffer, but CJ's testimony shattered that. Kristie saw Henry dead, knew her fate, felt every second of terror. "We fought for this," Kimberly tells a reporter, voice cracking. "They weren't perfect, but they were ours." Two people don't vanish in a small town. And that, folks, is the story of Kristie and Henry Wilson. A tale of love, loss, and a family that wouldn't let go. From flyers in the rain to a courtroom reckoning, they clawed justice from the darkness. But the question lingers: how many more secrets are buried in those Tennessee hills? Stick around for the next story time, because the truth is always out there, waiting to be found.